with no timeouts and you stop the clock for them. That right there is a recipe for disaster.
Trying to make the game a little more competitive, Coach.
No, and then a bad punt snap. I mean, you can't write this.
And that's going to be blocked.
She kicked it left-footed. And, oh, my word.
Mississippi recovers the ball at the 16-yard line. That's going to be 1st and 10 for them.
Oh, my word.
Huge change of events.
Oh.
Right in the favor for Mississippi.
I mean, this right here, this is the stuff that nightmares are made of for coaches. And they already had one issue at the end of the first half that we'll just let go because it was not good. But this right here is worse. You just gave one of the best players in the league the football in the fourth quarter with a chance to take the lead. There is 3 minutes left to go.
That is plenty of time for them to score another touchdown.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And it is realistically, if you look at this from this standpoint, when we look at the standings in the Atlantic, if Mississippi is able to pull this off, and they're in a great, great position to do this, with about 3 minutes, and I can't tell what that says because my eyes are not superhuman.
I want to say 309, Coach, but I'm not 100% sure either.
We'll roll with you because you've got the young eyes. So with 3:09 to go, if Mississippi can score and win this game, then they will move to 2-2. Kansas City is going to be 2-2. Philadelphia is 3-2. Washington is 3-2. Atlanta would be 3-2. And we have what you would call chaos. Absolute chaos. And you know what? When you want to have excitement in the league, you want chaos.
Absolutely.
Because, right now, if we're all being honest, Utah is better than San Diego. I love watching Kenji Martin play. I love watching her play. But she is not going to be able to beat Utah. All right? I don't care, what happens. I don't believe San Diego can beat Utah.
Yeah, looks like number 44 is up off and on her feet. She's able to walk off the field, so that is always a good sign, Coach. Always a good sign.
Absolutely. And with what has happened in the sports world today, anytime you see someone get up and walk off, that's a great thing.
Absolutely.
But she had just made a great play to start that drive. She redirected Brittany Smith on a run that was, let's just say, it was an introduction. She said, hello. So now you got Regina Jackson.
Shut your mouth, man. Come on, man. Give San Diego a chance, man. San Diego got to have a chance. Come on.
I didn't say they didn't have a chance. I just said that they weren't going to do it. So Jackson's in the gun, 2x2 right here. Right here you got Bennett set to the right. They give to Bennett and nothing. Nice play by Shatanya Spicer to tackle her for no gain. And Spicer has shown up more as the game has gone on. She has been a stalwart on defense for Atlanta. They're going to give her one, so it'll be 2nd down and 9.
Looks like she did a good job of splitting those two blockers and just met the running back right in the hole.
And she did, but here's what you got to understand about that, Dorian. And I've watched it all night. They're just setting Atlanta up right here because the next play there's going to be a fake inside, and Jackson's going to be running to the edge. And right now the Phoenix have not shown the ability to get to the edge and stop her once. Quarterback read the side right here. Jackson inside, cuts it back at the 5, down to the 1. 1st and goal, Mississippi Lady Panthers, and the Phoenix have had no answer to that play tonight.
Nice call on the Vera option. She just takes the ball and does what she does best. Reads the end, runs right up the middle of the field for a nice gain. It's going to be a huge 1st down for Mississippi.
Reese on the tackle right there, but, Mississippi right here, if I was them, I would run this clock down every second. I would not score, too early because every time they've scored to take the lead, Atlanta has sprinted back down the field and answered. Here she's going under center. She's going to go left.
Quarterback sneak. Let's see what direction she goes.
She goes left, and she goes into the end zone for a touchdown. and Mississippi takes the lead late in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
And it is going to be, right now, it is 20-17, so the extra point is huge because Atlanta does have a very good place kicker in Katie Williamson. So you've got to make sure this goes. You got to make sure this is good. You don't want to give Atlanta the chance to tie you with 2:09 left by missing an extra point.
There's still plenty of time for Atlanta to go down and score.
They answered last time in about 1 minute and 50 seconds. But Atlanta's big thing has been their kickoff return. They have been able to.
That snap, but she kicks it right through the middle, and it's good.
And your score, with 2:09 left on the clock, the Mississippi Lady Panthers 21, the Atlanta Phoenix 17. And we have seen a great football game here at Madison Ridgeland Academy in Mississippi. And we've still got 2:09 left. So the Phoenix will get the ball last. And I had an old friend of mine that said, he would always say to me before we were getting ready to do things, he would say, I will make sure you get to touch the football last. That was his thing. He was like, if you can touch it last, we can win the game, and I'll make sure you touch it last. So, right now, Atlanta's got 2:09 left, but their best play, and literally their best play the whole game, has been the kickoff return.
And this is what's about to happen right now. What do you say, Coach? You just kick it down the middle of the field, or you pooch it right out of bounds?
I would let her kick it because, what they've tried to do is they've tried to kick it high, and she's kicked it to about the 21-22 every time. But she's kicked it in the same spot to the same person. And if Kiana Jones gets a step, she's got a chance to take it to the house. And the Phoenix have run some kickoffs back in their history. They've been very good on special teams. And here's Cooper's kick, and it's right down the middle. It's going to be taken at the 20-yard line, up to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, to the 45, all the way down to the 41-yard line. And just like that, Atlanta is right back in the hunt.
Huge return there for the
Phoenix.
For the Phoenix.
Turned by number 9. That's Lindsay Larry. Going to give her about 38 yards on the return. So, if you look at this, here are the return numbers for the Phoenix now. They've had a 20-yard return. They've had a 34-yard return, a 30-yard return, and now a 38-yard return. And now they've got 42 yards to go to hit pay dirt in about 2 minutes. And I think they got all their timeouts left. So they're going to run the football right here. This is a pure run set. And they fumbled the snap. And Langley fell on it. But it's a loss of 2. And it will bring up 2nd down and 12. And I'm wondering if they were trying to play fake that and throw the ball. They've run a play where they throw the ball to Cody Johnson, number 32, on a post route, and it's from that set. And Cody Johnson can get down the field. She's already had 1 touchdown catch today of 21 yards. But, right now you're taking a whole lot of time. And I mean a whole lot of time.
Need to hurry up.
And the passing game has not been a strong point for the Phoenix tonight. So there's the snap.
A little high.
She's got to get rid of it. She does get rid of it.
That's going to be caught.
And it's caught down at the 30-yard line. That's a first down. That is a gain of 20, and it's Cody Johnson. Wow. What a throw and catch right there. And, somehow the Phoenix arise from the dead. So, right here, you got 1st and 10. The ball's at the 30. You got trips to the right, 1 to the left. It's going to be a seam route. Pass is caught by Johnson again. Gain of about 7. It'll bring up 2nd down and 3.
Grab the run up and clock the ball.
They rise from the ashes. It's the ashes. They just don't come
Running no huddle. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right.
Can't believe they're taking this much time.
Should have clocked the ball.
There's the snap. Langley drops. She's going to throw it down the middle. She had Wheeler. Wheeler was breaking open to the middle of the field. That would have been 6. Oh, that would have been a touchdown. That brings up 3rd down and 4.
Most important thing, though, that play did stop the clock. So
It
they're
did.
able to get back together and readjust and call it a play.
So I know Atlanta's got timeouts left. So I'm going to go back. We're going to have 3 to the left, and they put Jones in at receiver right here. She's been a great screen receiver. There's the snap. Down the seam again. Incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down right here and 4, and this is the ball game, ladies and gentlemen.
Good coverage there for Mississippi.
Yep, it was. And they tried to hit Shavala Jones. There's 23 seconds left here at Madison Ridgeland Academy, and the game hangs in the balance right here. Atlanta's got, first and foremost, Atlanta's got to get 4 yards. Got to get 4 yards.
And as you see, they still have 3 timeouts on the clock, so.
No, they haven't changed timeouts for anybody, though. I know the game clock. I hope we're not missing a play. That's all I'm going to say. If we miss a play and I don't see what happens, I'm going to be thoroughly upset because this game has been great. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a great matchup. Regina Jackson has shined just like she normally does. So we're sitting here waiting. I guess Atlanta called a timeout right here.
Looks like it.
I would have been, you got to have your best play right here. It's got to be something that you trust, and you got to go to your playmaker right here. And as bad as it is to say it, they're going to expect you to throw the football right here. This might be a great down to run the football and try to get the first down because they have nobody sitting over there on the right-hand side. All right, they move now. There's the snap. Langley drops. She's going to fire it deep. And it's broken up. What a great play. It was so close to being a touchdown. And Mississippi is going to survive. Mississippi with the special teams play on the block punt with a bad punt snap, and that is how Atlanta will lose. Bad punt snap, short field, a 16-yard touchdown drive. And Mississippi is going to pull out their second consecutive win, 21-17 over Atlanta. And now the only thing to check on is, I believe that's Shavala Jones down in the end zone.
Hopefully she's not hurt too bad, but most importantly, she's probably hurting her. That's probably a broken soul after that PBU by Mississippi.
This don't look good, though. They got too many people down there. This is definitely not the way you wanted to see a game that has been this fun to watch end with somebody laying on the turf.
It'll just be an allegory for how the game has worked out for the Phoenix tonight.
Hey, can you hear me, buddy? Yeah, you can. It's talk.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. You can't hear me. I don't have the thing in, so get your ear out right there. Hey, so
Okay.
what you think, man?
I mean, I think this is the biggest upset I've seen this year.
Okay. Now, you say that because of the rankings or what? I mean,
I say that because of the rankings. We talked about that this might be a really good game this week after I watched the Houston Mississippi Lady
game.
Panthers.
You did. I mean, that's
that was, to me, the Lady Panthers have turned the corner, but I thought the Phoenix had done the same thing. But this is one of those deals.
Well, Phoenix had 2 weeks off. To me, that's the asterisk.
You can't come out flat.
And, I mean, right now, you're looking at Panthers are 2-2, okay, with this victory, okay, because it is a victory, 21-17. There no change down. I'm not going to sit there.
But you got a 3-way tie for third place.
Yes. But, here's the kicker. Guess what? You don't have. They're 3-1. Okay.
Oh, they sure are.
They're 3-1.
Kansas City jumps to the 3 spot.
There we go.
So you have a 3-way tie for 4th place
Going
to have to go play Texas.
No, you got to play Alabama next. Atlanta could host and be out. Do you understand the terminology right there?
And Alabama rolled today.
They did.
They started slow.
They did.
But it was one of those deals where they were like, hey, now we know who we are. Let's come out and play.
I know, but when you look at that, you got 4-0, 4-0. You got 3-2, Prodigy 3-2. Okay, Philly 3-2, Houston 2-3. Houston's done. Okay, for right now.
Yeah.
Kansas City 3-1, Florida 1-3, Mississippi 2-2. Now, if I was a nerd, I could bring up their schedule and figure out who actually Mississippi has left to play. We can talk trash here a minute because they're. Let me do.
Well, because they split with Atlanta. Who were their 2 losses to?
Hey, man, just give me a second, man. I can only do so much, you know.
They lost to Atlanta.
Okay, so currently right now, Mississippi has to play Alabama last game of the season in Alabama.
Yuck.
Okay, Mississippi's got to go play Florida. Could be a good game in
No,
Florida.
I think they beat Florida.
I don't know.
Now, Florida came out like gangbusters.
They
but
did.
if
They
you know
did.
you can't play the freaking bone in a 4-person line, you know,
I know. I understand that part.
you need to go a 50 front or a
Listen
bear
to you.
front. You can't play it like that.
I know. Mississippi lost to Alabama to begin with, 38-6. That was the camera game. Okay.
Okay, well, I mean, that makes sense because Alabama's pretty good.
And then Mississippi lost to Atlanta. Okay. They took some time off on week 3. They were able to get their bearings, and they were sitting there at 0-2. And they played 4 weeks straight, and they won the first one. So they did whatever they needed to do during that 3-week bye, because they had a 3-week bye because everybody had Memorial Day off.
So they beat Houston last week.
And
They're going to beat Atlanta
this,
tonight.
Yep.
Who do they have next?
They're rolling in and playing Florida next.
Okay, I think that's a very winnable game.
Okay, I would agree. And then they're going to be left. Okay, so say they're going to be sitting at 3-2, okay, and they're sitting at 3-2, but the most importantly is that they would have to win to go 4-2, okay.
So they have to beat Alabama,
right? In the final game of the season in Alabama, the biggest game of the season is next week, Atlanta versus Alabama.
Because if Atlanta doesn't win, they're out.
I really think they are. They're going because they got 3 losses. You cannot make it to the Atlantic Division playoffs with 3 losses. Not right now. Not when Kansas.
Who's Washington got left?
Washington, they're almost done. Okay,
because they got 2 losses as of today.
Washington's going to play Carolina. Can I say that's a win? Yes. Okay. Washington is not playing in Week 7 at all, so they just have 1 game left. Okay, they lost this week to Philly.
So they finish at 4-2, so they got a shot.
Yep. They got a shot in the sense of, I mean, you could have several teams sitting at 4-2.
Because Atlanta's got to go to Alabama.
Yep.
And if they lose, they're done.
Yep. But that's their last game of the season.
Because,
No. They come here.
So it ends. So who's Philly got left?
If Philly's almost done. Philly's got a Florida, which is doable last game of the season.
Okay.
And they don't play anybody next week.
So they're 3-2 as of today. So it could be Texas.
Everybody could be 4-2, man.
It could be Texas, Alabama,
and then a bunch of 4-2s.
Washington,
4-4-2s.
Washington and Philly
coming to Atlanta.
Coming to it. Ouch. That's going to leave a mark.
It is. But I could see Kansas City because they haven't slowed down. Kansas City's got Nebraska, which is a win last in Week 7, and then they've got
Texas Elite.
Yeah. So they're going to end the season 4-2.
But so that puts you right at the top.
You're 4-2. Okay, imagine people trying to figure out. Philly got 4-2. Okay, they're going to be 4-2. They're going to beat Florida Avengers.
Kansas City's going to be 4-2.
Kansas City's going to be 4-2. Washington's going to be 4-2. Okay? Because they're 3-2. They're going to beat Carolina. And Atlanta right now is 3-2.
And they got to go to Alabama.
Yep. They not go. They come in here.
Oh, they're coming here.
They're coming here.
But I'm interested to see, what does Atlanta look like coming off of this? Are they demoralized?
Well, there's a
coming
lot of
off
changes.
of this?
I mean, this is the last game of the season for them. It could be the last game. There could be no. I mean, how do you decide? That's the first question I'll be asking the whole group of WNFC. How do you decide?
What are the tiebreakers?
The tiebreakers piece. I mean, that is crazy.
Do you go by ranking?
I think you got to do. It's going to be a question because we got to have that conversation because you don't have that conversation over here.
Or did you go by points allowed or points scored? Or?
Look at this right here. Okay, this is the Pacific Division. San Diego's on a bye. Utah's 4-0. Las Cruces 2-2 now. Las Vegas 3-2. Denver's 3-2. Okay, Seattle done. Oregon done. Phoenix done. Okay, so this is who has Las Cruces. Las Cruces got to play Phoenix. They're going to win.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're now 3-2. Next week, Las Cruces plays Phoenix. They play Phoenix week 7 and week 8. They're going to be 4-2.
Yeah.
Okay, Vegas.
And they've got the win over Denver.
But guess who Vegas has got to play?
Utah?
Nope, San Diego. Going to be a fun game. They're playing in the Rebellion.
So they're 3-2.
So right now they're 3-2.
And they're going to play at San Diego.
Uh-huh. And you talk about deciding that factor. And then you get Denver, who is on a bye this next week, okay? And Kansas City, who's got to play Nebraska, which is a win. Okay?
Cover that up.
You're fine, man. We're good. I'll move this thing in a minute. We just got an injured player, man.
But, yeah, I think that, that win of Las Cruces over Denver is huge now.
Oh, I agree.
Because it looks like Denver's going to finish strong. But because of that loss
first game of the season.
In a game that they had won.
First game of the season.
And then melted down.
Yep.
Not to take anything away from Las Cruces because they played well.
They did.
But Denver had them set up and just, like I said, just imploded.
I mean, and you look at the whole thing, but guess who Kansas City's got to play the last week of the season? Texas.
Yeah.
Okay, can they surprise them? They get on a roll.
No.
They do that. And Denver's playing L.A., but L.A.'s got to go to Denver on that part. So.
Yeah, there's no surprises, man. This is the only surprise we're going to have all season.
You think?
This is it.
Okay. So
unless Utah shocks the world and beats Texas.
And you think that's what's going to end up? Because old brother man on the fourth floor down over there, he said there's no way San Diego ever going to beat Utah.
No.
But they won't play them until the championship.
They can't.
They will not play them to the Pacific
They
Championship.
don't have the guns.
See,
they don't have it.
I understand what you're
now,
saying.
don't get me wrong. Martin and Gutierrez are both very, very good. They're both very, very good. However, when you stop and look at all the horses that Utah has,
right,
and their ability to either speed up or slow down the game,
right,
because they'll come out and it'll be 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and then all of a sudden somebody has a 70-yard run.
Hey, it's 10:45 Eastern Standard Time. We've knocked out 8 games here on the WNFC TV with a lot of issues tonight. Maya Barrett did a great job dealing with Bo McMichael. And the best thing is she brought me my Jimmy John's box where I have my sandwich, my pickle, and my chips and my cookie. And everybody seemed to be happy in the group. And most importantly, my Dunkin's iced coffee that I finished off. So that was good before the heavy stuff started really getting situated. So that's not too bad on that part. L.A. Bobcats go down to the Utah Falcons 36-0. We still have an injured player in the end zone. We are going to depart here and end out here on the Blitz. Glad everybody could be with us. Y'all take care of yourselves. We got great games headed out here next week. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you next week, week 7. Don't be late. I'm Bowman Michael with Adam Collins, Craig Chapman, Dorian Johnson, Maya Barrett, Jennifer Colbert, Robert Reed, and the whole crew of the WNFC TV.